So I started off this game just looking for a girl, and I got out there and I realized there are many girls. So then after I started talking to all these girls, I started realizing, you know what? I'm looking for a type of girl. And the more I keep talking with them, I find out there are different types of different girls that are my type. There's not just one. And you know what the best part is? There are some I still haven't discovered. I just gotta go get them.
Welcome to Archetypal Male Audio Class. Delivering Rick H. What is the archetypal male?
The strong, classic male figure. This soft, passive, more female-like male is actually the exact opposite of what's effective. What you've seen as a result is men begging for the attention of women, and women being able to take complete advantage. There's a huge difference between what women might say they want and what they actually react to. There's a lot of guys out there that are friends with these girls that they were desperately chasing, and they would do anything for her. She's always talking about how she wants a really nice guy and sitting there going, well, I'm a really nice guy. Pick me, pick me, pick me. But she never does. She picks the bad boy, the guy that doesn't care whether or not she is going to call him or not. Because if she doesn't, somebody else will. The guy that is pulling away from her, she'll say something as a test and he'll laugh at it and then just go on doing exactly what he wanted to do in the first place. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that to be a bad boy, you have to be mean to women or you have to hate women. It's not true at all.
Certainly they do want someone who's nice. They're not talking about the nice that the pursuers out there are talking about, where it's overly nice and it comes from a place of wanting.
I don't care what she says intellectually. If you stir her emotion, she's going to go with her emotions 100% of the time. The archetypal male is so strong in his own identity that the woman feels compelled to surrender to him, and he's going to protect her.
There's nothing that'll ruin your relationship faster than caving into what a woman intellectually says that she wants. Women are not doing it deviously. They're victims of social programming.
She really believes it. She doesn't realize that she's actually destroying what she's trying to improve.
She's destroying the attraction that was there. We used to call it the bait and switch. Everything's hot at the beginning. She knows that she doesn't like everything about you, but she was attracted to you. And then she switches it all up on you. It's because it's never about the thing they're asking you to stop doing. The sooner you realize that it's not about that, the way that you know, as soon as you agree to it, she just goes right down the list and it never ends.
The guy surrendered rather than the woman. Systematically, they will start going after competitors for your attention. Whatever competes with her for your undivided attention is an enemy and needs to be eliminated. One thing that I've said for a couple decades now is that if you don't create drama for her, she's going to create drama for you. You want to push a little bit. For instance, when she says you didn't do what you wanted, you did what you wanted. That's what an archetypal male will do. The archetypal male will not be steered off the course of what he thinks is the proper course of action. This doesn't mean that you never consider other people's opinion, because oftentimes they may be right. Take in the information, make a decision, and then you stick by that decision. You don't cave in at the first sign of pressure.
Most guys will cave to save the relationship they think they're building. If you become habitual in your agreeing to her needs, what you're trying to avoid is going to happen faster.
Much of this is counterintuitive given the programming that you received since you were a small child. Many of these things, the exact opposite of what you think would work is actually what would work. The way that social programming works is that guys court and women choose. Courting is a submissive behavior. You push the emotional buttons, they will be the one that's doing the courting. They are really well programmed in all the answers to all the lines that guys can give them in every avenue of approach that a guy can do when he's chasing them. What they don't understand is what to do when they suddenly feel powerfully attracted to this mysterious guy who doesn't seem to be all that attracted to them. And they've got to figure out how to make this guy want them. They start doing exactly what the normal guys do. Chasing, complimenting. Doesn't matter what they think. It matters what they feel. Social programming is in the way of them feeling emotionally satisfied. Is gone like that. Anytime you're interacting with a woman, one person is doing the courting, the other one will be the one that's doing the choosing. But if the guy starts behaving in a way that shows that you are qualifying her, this is the way that you break the social programming.
The woman will treat you exactly as she feels you are. If you tell her that you are a pursuer, she will treat you like that. What sometimes confuses them is you're not congruent in one of the two roles.
There's a number of beliefs and behaviors that the archetypal male displayed. First of all, he's comfortable with women. He can easily deal with any kind of test. The girl says, should we get out of here? He'll look at her and go, you trying to seduce me or what? Or he may say something like, I knew you wanted me. You don't want to get all excited. You want to be casual and relaxed, not being careful. One of the principles here is that you can easily deal with all the tests that they give you. Maybe you've got a leather belt on and she's like, I don't wear leather and I am worried about the animal. And you just look at her and you go, so how's that working out for you? You're not going to change your behavior based on what she's saying. You may have a girl that goes, I don't like it when guys do this. You go, oh, well, you'll get used to it. I do that all the time. If you ever get caught staring at a girl's breast and she's like, I'm up here, hold up your finger like, wait a second, don't say a word. Intensely stare at her breasts a minute and then look her up in the face and go, did you say something?
This isn't about being rude. The more congruent you get with this behavior, with your belief system, your vibe, and your actions, she will automatically know that she has to do the courting. This is how you would respond in a powerful way.
When you're responding like this, you got to look her right in the eye, give kind of a sly smirk. When she challenges, you either have to ignore it, wasn't important enough to even comment on, or you need to escalate it in a funny way. She's trying to put you in a defensive position where you're like, oh, sorry. The only recovery that's going to be effective is a really cocky one. And mean it. You've just showed her that she tried to test you, and it didn't faze you at all. She may test you even more. She goes, you must think a lot about yourself. Well, not nearly as much as everybody else does.
We will just hear what we want to hear, and we will reframe it right into a compliment.
Understand the thought process behind it. The reason he can easily deal with the tests they throw is because he doesn't really care. If you look at all your interactions from that perspective, you've got nothing to prove. When she challenges you, if you back down once you've drawn the line in the sand, you're done. She's never going to have any respect for you. Do what they were going to do to you, but do it first.
Archetypal male, he doesn't have any ill will towards the woman. She is playing a automatic role. She doesn't even know. She's just doing what she's been programmed to do. Their experiences that they are choosing, and they turn down the guy. You don't find them attractive. It's like, excuse me? Oh, I'm going to show you how attractive I am.
Regardless of how hot the girl is, never allows a woman her sexual power. This is their number one weapon. Every other guy in the bar is going to be drooling. You need to be the one that looks like you're reading the Wall Street Journal.
Women, they don't want to be on a pedestal.
The archetypal male has standards. Not only does she have to be beautiful, be something else other than just a hot piece of flesh. It's useful for you to be critical of women. Whatever those criteria are, when you're talking to a beautiful woman, you should be probing them for that criteria. For me, I want a woman that cooks. Most women don't cook. It's a good way to make a beautiful girl self-conscious. Interrupt the conversation and go, do you cook? And she's like, no. And you shake your head. And you go, I don't think this is going to work out. That's telling her her beauty isn't enough.
Doesn't matter how hot the girl is. The archetypal male, he's willing to turn down a sure thing because it does not suit him in that moment.
In a satirical tone. You're not being mean. You're teasing. I don't think this is going to work out. And then you give her a little smirk. If the girl is cool, she'll play along. You are always backing up until she rapes you. By backing up, we're talking about verbally, mentally, emotionally. You're always behaving as though she's trying to seduce you. One, behave in the way of conveying the message that she is into you, but you're unconvinced. That's the same that girls give to guys, right? Maybe if you took me to dinner or you did this, they're giving hoops to jump through. The archetypal male gives women hoops. It's not that I don't want you. Well, maybe I want you, but jump over this hoop, then let me see. You take action when it suits you, not just automatically. Women understand subtle language, and they understand body language extremely well. So the more subtle you are, you're actually communicating better with women. One of the biggest problems that guys make is they will accept any kind of abuse from a woman, providing there's the hope that one day he can sleep with her. Nothing sacred in his life that he will not sacrifice for a girl that'll pay attention to him. The archetypal male doesn't tolerate disrespecting his time, his energy, or his property.
Don't put up with drama. I know that it's difficult in those moments. That girl's a nightmare, but I haven't had sex in 6 weeks, so I invited her over.
The archetypal male does not put up with bad behavior.
He moves on. A lot of guys who are taking advantage of are very rich and wealthy, powerful guys. But not just regular guys. It's the guy, he's 50, he's got a ton of cash, and he's got about a 22-year-old, and instead of letting her be the archetypal male and taking back steps, he's so scarce that he over pursues her and makes sure she's going to like him by paying her rent and so on. Those are the guys who get taken advantage of night and day.
The reason why you have to demand respect for your time and energy and property is because the archetypal male knows he's valuable and he expects to be treated as such. If she doesn't perceive it, she's wasting his time. You are going to do what you think is right, not what she wants you to do. Somebody that sees you as valuable is going to show you respect for your property, time, and if you put energy into something, they're going to be thankful for it. If on any of those points you're not getting respect, then it's time to leave. It's not worth being in a relationship, no matter who it is, no matter what other qualities she has. If she is not treating you as if you were a valuable commodity, maybe she's dysfunctional. The reason why is not something that you need to address with her. You may want to evaluate why you walked away after you walked away to find out whether or not it was something you did that was a mistake. If you determine that you didn't break one of the rules, forget about it. It doesn't matter what her reason was. The only thing that's important in this critique is, did you do something wrong? And if you did something wrong, learn from the mistake and don't do it again. 90% of the time, those principles are going to save your money, time, energy, heartache. The archetypal male, he's not going to be supplicating to status or money. If you're walking around interacting with people as a peer, judging them only based on their personality, the way they carry themselves, the way they treat you, then you will be treated with vastly more respect. Remember, you are valuable. If you're impressed with status or money or anything like that, it puts you at a disadvantage. The archetypal male is someone with his own vision, his own ideas, his own way of doing things. And if you want to come along with him, you're perfectly welcome to come along. But don't get in the way. And that's the way he lives his life.
When you're this guy, people don't wonder. They already know. You have character. They treat you like one of the group. That's why it looks effortless for archetypal male to assimilate into every situation. He acts like wherever he is, he's supposed to be there. He doesn't walk around like a tourist.
You need to be bulletproof against women, beauty, and their sexiness and all this other stuff. But you also have to be bulletproof against things like money and power.
Just as automatic behavior.
Certain behaviors always have certain specific results. If you show up as wealthy, successful, powerful businessman, and that's the game you're playing, you will attract some girl that's looking for a sugar daddy.
If you just would let go of that last point of resistance, which is that super hot women won't pursue me because they don't have to, you just believe that they would. Women's lives revolve around the archetypal males because the women are courting us.
What you got to understand is that beautiful women need that emotional charge. Guys aren't like that. Brett and I have a buddy. He is an older guy, late 50s. He's overweight. He's got long hair, dresses like shit. He is an absolute rock star with chicks. He'll walk in, he'll take complete control of the conversation, and these 18-year-olds will be all over it in 10, 15 minutes. He doesn't spend dime one. He doesn't even have money.
He doesn't want guys to learn what he knows because he says, look, they're all helping me. Because every guy who's an over pursuer is just pushing women into my bed. And I don't do all the things that guys who look like me do. And so women can't get enough of me, and they go, I'm nothing to look at. They cannot get enough of me. I'm sure one of the guys that we know looks like you, had your same kind of lifestyle, but is operating on a whole new level.
It's really about the way he reacts to women, he has feelings for. He never allows his internal feelings towards a woman to affect his outward actions or responses directly or indirectly. For a lot of you, you'll see a beautiful woman and you'll freeze up. That becomes readily obvious to the woman. There's nothing wrong with feeling attracted to the woman as long as it doesn't affect your outward show. Most guys don't know how to manage their inner reaction, that you can separate it from your external reaction. One of the techniques, you got to keep breathing. Slow, deliberate, deep breath. One of the things that will happen to guys when they get excited, see a beautiful girl, they start breathing shallow and fast. This changes not only your physiology, but it also scrambles your brain. It puts you into something very similar to a fight or flight response. The archetypal male is always in control of his internal state. Part of doing that is not allowing your state to manage you. You have to manage your mental state.
One of the things off the top of my head that we talked about earlier was you could use these techniques when a girl says, great, let's get out of here. Use these techniques to chill out in the moment, and you'll just roll with it. It's how you react that will cement her decision. The more you are allowing women to put themselves in the courting position, and when they do, you reward them by being cool with it so they don't feel judged, the more that behavior will become normal to women, and they will start to exhibit it more openly.
The archetypal male is a good communicator who's not afraid to say what they want to do. A lot of guys are afraid that if he were to tease a girl or if they were to disagree with her, she's not going to accept it. One of the things about being a good communicator is clearly stating what you want and what you believe. Having values, having opinions is sexy. If you want to make somebody think that you're a brilliant conversationalist, get them talking about themselves and listen and ask questions. Probing questions, and they'll continue to give you more information about themselves. Guys will go, when I'm talking to a girl, I run out of things to say. A good communicator allows her to do most of the talking. Take what she's saying, and you can make fun of her. You can do all kinds of things that are playful, but show that you are in control.
Selective hearing, sexual banter, conveying that you might be interested by asking the question, what have you been up to? It can be fun.
Girls will tell you exactly what's necessary to sleep with them. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've slept with chicks just because I sat there and listened and she told me how some guy seduced her. They will tell you these things. Sit back and listen. She'll tell you that there was some loser that was calling her all the time. Don't do that. You can make fun of her with that. You're going to love me then. She'll go, why? Because I'll never take you to dinner. Or call you. You know?
You're leading by asking questions.
If you're doing a monologue, you can't engage in the really interesting kind of banter that we like to engage in. If she's doing most of the conversation, you can comment, you can interject, creatively misinterpret what she's saying. You can play all kinds of games.
Yes.
This is good communication. Being a good communicator is not talking nonstop. Many of these characteristics revert back to this core principle in the steady port in the storm. Extremely powerful with women, but it's also very powerful with business. Anytime you see an emergency, you see most of the people looking for who's going to lead them out of it. They're looking for somebody to follow. Most people desperately want to follow.
Most of the time, they're finding just other people who are also looking around.
When everything else is falling apart, you're like a rock, everyone will follow you. Before you make your decision, think it out. But once you make your decision, follow it all the way through. One of the major problems that guys have with getting women to react positively towards them is that they're not comfortable with themselves. Women match in your behavior. If you aren't comfortable with you, they're not going to be comfortable with you. If you are in a situation and you're strong and you're relaxed, she's going to be calm and relaxed. If you're unsure, she's going to be unsure. If you consider yourself valuable, they will consider you valuable. Looking outside yourself for any kind of validation, that will never work for you. Everybody who wants something from you will be trying to trade validation for whatever they want to get out of it. That's not a healthy trade. Self-validate. When you're self-validated, people are guests in your world. You're not a guest in there. You are the cause of everything that's going around. You are not reacting to the will of others. There are people out there that if something will go wrong, they blame themselves for everything. If these things are outside your cause and effect spectrum, you can't do anything about it. Guys are walking around being victims all the time. If you are a victor rather than a victim, if some girl walks away from you or is not interested, if you made a mistake in your approach to her, being at cause means that when she walks away, you think, is she broken or did I do something wrong? If you did something wrong, you go, I broke that rule. I won't do that again.
If you didn't break any of the rules and it's just something that's outside of you and only about her, you move on. Either way, you need to let it go and move on. So whether you did something wrong, you don't want to try to go back and fix it with the very same girl because you need some kind of closure rather than letting it go and then learning from it and then changing your behavior for next time.
When you're reaching out and trying to fix something you screwed up, you're trying to validate yourself through somebody else. If you did do something wrong, don't do it again. If you didn't, forget about it.
It is not possible to be pursued because you're worried about it and you're giving off that vibe. It's tainted by the cue that you gave her to treat you. If you're pursuing, you get caught on that hamster wheel for years. It's like getting caught up and trying to fix something that isn't fixable, that you've already ruined. And then you try not pursuing everything going forward, even if you're doing it correctly. It's not enough. That's why it's so important to be this archetype of male from the very beginning.
The worldview where you can never know enough is extremely powerful. When you're having conversations with people, if you know what they know about or are interested in, automatically it's a major plus for you. Think of the classic Renaissance man.
One other thing I want to mention here is it's not about being a know-it-all.
If you're not making a big deal of it, then it's normal. But from her perspective, it's not normal at all because nobody knows the stuff you know and nobody can do the stuff you can do. You're better off knowing a little bit about 20 things than a lot about 2 things. Chicks dig it. It's another landmine that guys not only step on, they jump up and down on it. Stop being invested in a single outcome. The archetypal male is not interested whether one woman is interested in him or not. He's not even aware of it. We're sorting for the women that are interested in us.
What if the ones who are chasing me are ugly and the ones who don't want me are the super hot ones? Even asking that question, you have a limiting belief, because every moment that you are searching for a particular situation that this may or may not apply to, you are searching for an excuse to not live this life.
There's a very obvious answer to this. Start talking to beautiful women. It's your fault. It's not their fault. You just haven't given the beautiful ones the opportunity yet. I've never seen a guy, not once, and I've been doing this for 25 years, there's not one case where a guy is successful with average-looking girls, and that same guy cannot bang supermodels, except for if he doesn't talk to them. There's guys with limiting beliefs that will only talk to a girl that's so hot, and then he's afraid of the ones that are really hot. He doesn't give them the opportunity to be with him. He is limiting them. They are not limiting him. He is at cause for his problem. So if that's you, the beautiful girls want you, you just don't give them the opportunity. If you were to treat a beautiful girl the exact same way you treat an average girl, the beautiful girl would dig you too. If anything, you got to make fun of them more. If you're following the advice that we're giving here, then you're only going to meet girls that are interested in you. There's not going to be any other kind. You're not going to notice them. There's a lot of guys out there that get trapped because they've decided, okay, this is what I want, the perfect girl, and settle down and have a family, and this one will do right here. So I'm going to get this one. That girl may not be the best one for you. There may be another one that serves you better. Give yourself permission. Believe that you deserve an exceptional woman, not just a beautiful one. You are exceptional yourself. That an exceptional woman is going to want to stay with you regardless whether or not you want to stay with her. This belief system is extremely powerful. The archetypal male, his worldview says that not only does he deserve a great woman, once he gets one, he's going to have her as long as he wants her, because we're his.